Welcome to our second episode of How to Be Human. Today's episode is sponsored by BHuman. BHuman allows you to generate personalized videos at scale by mimicking your voice and your face. Now you can unlock a human connection at scale. Today we're joined by Sophie from Anekdot. Sophie, thank you so much for joining us today. So tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get started? What inspired you to start this journey?
So basically, so I'm Sophie from Anekdot, and I founded it in 2015. It was for many different reasons. First of all, it's a lingerie and swimwear brand, actually. So
yes,
explain that. And so I'm a fashion designer. I studied in Florence, in Italy, and was there. Working in London with sustainable fashion brands. And when I moved to London, I realized how much waste it is in the fashion industry, and how much it's the fashion in general is exploiting people and nature. And that's also why I then started to work for sustainable brands. And then I also, the brands I worked for was also focusing on upcycling. So I got to learn.
I'm guessing you're not a big fan of fast fashion.
Yeah, no, not at all. And and it was really inspiring. And when I decided to move from London, I wanted to start my own platform where I could use my creativity to change what I don't like with fashion. Yeah, that's why I started. But then it was also a lot of my different passions that came hand in hand. First of all, I couldn't find underwear that I felt like I wanted to wear myself, that was made in a sustainable way and made with high quality materials that feels good to the body and and feels like they're long lasting. And having also those special details that inside the fabrics. And I couldn't really find anything like that on the market. So I started to making them for myself. And when I did that, I realized that this is probably something that is really lacking on the market. And and it's also perfect for working with upcycling, with underwear, because we use those small pattern pieces.
Oh, that's interesting.
That we then can use quite small amounts of materials that is considered as waste in fashion, but
you can use in many other ways, basically.
Yeah, and we can just we can use the small amounts. If it could be offcuts from someone who's cutting big garments, and then it become small pieces left, we can still use them. And also it can be some defects on the fabric that could be every 10 meters there is a small hole, but if we see it and we cut around it, it's not a big issue. And with our small pattern pieces, then we can really use all of these materials that instead of
nothing goes to waste, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love the idea. idea. When did you get started, by the way, with the whole designing by yourself for the brand?
Yeah, I started designing kind of in 2014, designing for the underwear, but I launched the brand in 2015. So
okay,
yeah, so it's been quite many years.
That's so nice. So I'm sure it wasn't an easy start for you.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a lot to learn, because it was also I know how to manage a brand quite well, because I was working as a brand manager before.
Yeah.
And I know retail very well, because I grew up in retail, so I know from many different ends. But to really run my own brand, it was really, really hard to get started, because it's just suddenly so many things you need to do and think of. It's not only the creating of the products, but it's really from the creation of the idea to getting it to the customer, to a happy customer. So it's such a big thing to organize and set up,
I'm guessing it could be overwhelming at some times as well.
Absolutely.
Managing people and everything that
but
comes
happily,
along with that.
I'm really a Virgo, so I'm super, I just do it non-stop. I was thinking, I had the idea that I'm going to do it for 1 month to set up the brand, and then I wanted to just work with it 2 days a week. That was my plan. But from that plan, it just never stopped being 200%.
Oh God! But at least you're reaching out to something that's really amazing. Because I was looking at your the page that you had earlier that you shared with us, and I love the designs. I love the models you have in there. It looks very pretty. I really like them.
Thank you so much. When I meet different women and they try the different styles, that it's like, it really feels how much it empowers them from the inside, like wearing it, and it feels comfortable and it looks great. And it's really beautiful to see that reaction from customers who try the pieces.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
What are 3 things you wish you knew before getting started in this business?
Probably quite happy that I didn't know everything I needed to know before, because then I wouldn't have started at all.
It's always an experience, so you get to learn everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I think there is nothing that I would say that I wished I knew before, because it's just everything comes in the right time. And yeah, there are a lot of things that I've learned along the way, for sure, but it's also kind of needed that path. Yeah.
I see. Okay, maybe we can put it this way. What about 3 lessons you could give to anyone who's getting started in this business?
I would say one for sure that has been like a really obstacle, that is like really find a good production partner. Because it's very hard to handle that all by your own, if you're like, because in the beginning I was like having my own seamstresses, and I still have my own seamstresses in the company, but it's really important to get those settled to be really good people and really get focused on like, okay, you have the right people there who can sell your product and to make your product, because that's really like the essential part, that you have a good product to offer.
What are your biggest challenges currently, and what's next for your brand?
So actually the biggest challenge currently is like the marketing, because when I started the brand, it was we grew all the time organically, and we do grow it organically still, but it's so much harder to get visibility online.
Yeah.
Like social media doesn't have the same algorithm anymore, so you can do a lot of posts and it's not really seen by people, because it has changed a lot. And that's a real obstacle, because that means we need to find other marketing methods just to be seen by our customers who already know us. Yeah,
of course. But you need to reach more, because the brand keeps growing.
Exactly. I mean, we need to constantly reach more people, like just the name about the brand, but we also need to keep communicating to the people that we have already, who knows already. And like a lot of our followers are like used to see us on social media, but now we have a lot of clients even saying like, okay, I can't see your posts anymore because it's just hidden. Everything is so hidden. And this is most people don't notice it, and most people don't say it, but we can notice the difference. So it's about finding new platforms and new ways of being seen, and that's more tricky, I would say, now than it was before. We really depend on our online business, so we don't have a shop front, so it's really important to have the visibility online.
I see.
So one of the things what's next for us, which actually, like, I would say it's still next because we just published it today, which which is an amazing new change for us. It is like a collaboration with something called the Global E that makes us able to have lower shipping rates so we can like have better shipping conditions to other countries outside Germany. So now when people are shopping from Australia or the USA and things like that, have much better conditions, like shipping rates, and they see already like the custom shops.
Yes.
So this is like technical thing. This is a good new improvement to be able to reach all our beautiful clients.
I'm glad you're reaching your goals currently for the brand, and I'm wishing you the very best. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
For answering our questions as well. And for our dear followers, you're going to be seeing us on the next episode. I hope you're having a good day, and see you next time.